What is up? What is up? YouTube. How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out. Without a doubt, I done bought my plane ticket and I am out on a new route, like a Boy Scout. Oh my God, Uncle Mike is corny. Man, Diddy Judge order sanction hearing. Huge mistakes were made. Checkmate. This is saying checkmate. This been sitting up there for a little while, man. The surprise witness. Shout out to her. This is a shorty right here. I should have bought the guitar up or something to play some. Anyway, y'all hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Let's check it out.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this fine? Whatever the day of the week it is, whenever you watch this, I'm doing quite well. There is some stuff going on with the Busby and 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦 case. Wow. Okay, so Anthony Busby is just everywhere these days. He's even showing up over there in the Andrew Tate situation. I mean, the man is everywhere. So this case is the one that the judge had started to admonish Tony Busby. Busby tried to withdraw from the case. He tried to withdraw his appearance. The judge denied. She was like, how are you going to withdraw from something that you never were actually admitted to? All of that. Well, in that judge's order, she did kind of sort of throw the co-counsel under the bus along with Tony Busby. The judge had said about the co-counsel that Tony Busby was using her login, her ECF credentials to file stuff or whatever. Well, that could have been it. That could have been all she wrote. I mean, also in that letter, the judge did also say everybody's on notice that further misconduct could result in sanctions. And the judge said in that letter, I'm paraphrasing here, but in so much as the other side does not have to come and ask me for a sanction. I can give you a sanction on my own. So the judge was kind of reminding of that. Well, again, that was all kind of directed at Busby. That was really a little bit directed at the co-counsel, but it was just kind of like the judge sort of being like, watch it, you're on notice kind of thing. Well, and I made a video about that. I also made a video about the next thing that happened in this saga, which is that the co-counsel submitted her own letter, basically saying, Your Honor, no, please, ma'am, do not drag me into this because I did not do anything wrong. All I did was check Busby's filings and, submit them under my number, but I checked them and I looked at them thoroughly and all of that. Y'all, there's an update. This was just filed. It's an order. This is a judge's order from the judge in the Southern District of New York, Judge 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦. I don't exactly remember her. I don't know how to say her last name. Truly, I'm so sorry. Looks like Norwegian or Dutch or something. 𝗟𝗡𝗡𝗞𝗦. But anyway, so the judge issues an order. Now, if you follow this channel or other kind of like law document reading channels, then you'll know that from time to time, orders get put out in a case. Most of the time, the order is some type of adoption of one document that was submitted by one of the parties. So it'd be like, Diddy's side in a case will submit a written up order and the judge will adopt that order. Or, usually there has to be some type of proposal. One of the lawyers has to type it up. Like the judge isn't just sitting there in chambers all day typing up orders, at least in the experience that I have of reading through these cases and following them as they progress along. But in this order, on the judge's own motion, the judge is giving an order not to Anthony Busby, no, to the co-counsel 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦. And it has to do with that sassy letter. I'm calling it sassy. I don't really mean that. I'm just kind of like, it helps to remember. And that's kind of how I characterized it. But she wasn't. I mean, it was like a professional letter or whatever. Here is that order to show cause. On March 21st, the court issued an order denying the motion of Anthony Busby for admission pro hoc vice in this case, right? We talked about that at the beginning of the video. Plaintiff's local counsel, this is Antigone, then filed a letter 3 days later, March 24th this year, in response to the judge's order. Okay, so this is a little bit like, you're not really supposed to respond to a judge's order. It's an order. It's already been ordered. In the letter, Ms. Curis represents that she has, quote, reviewed all documents in this case and filed them under her ECF because she approved them. See, now look, listen, this is a lesson. Had Antigone just took her lick, had she just taken it, maybe she didn't deserve that admonishment. Maybe she didn't even do such a thing as what the judge was accusing. In truth, it was an order. It wasn't like really up for negotiation. So why would you try to correct a judge's order? You know what I mean? In the letter, Ms. 𝗟𝗢𝗡 represents that she has, quote, reviewed all documents. So the lawyer, in her clapback letter, her response to the judge's order, she says, I have reviewed all the documents in this case and filed them under my ECF because I approved them. Antigone 𝗟𝗢𝗡 has taken all responsibility for the documents that were filed. See, the judge was kind of letting her have a way out. Like, oh, Anthony Busby used his co-counsel's number, and I guess she apparently was complicit, but like she was going to let it go. But then Antigone 𝗟𝗢𝗡 writes her letter. Well, the judge is writing her own letter, and it's an order. As the court pointed out in its earlier order, however, Ms. 𝗟𝗢𝗡 filed on ECF Mr. Busby's pro hoc vice application, which included her own affidavit in which she attests, quote, I am advised by Mr. Busby that he has never been censured, suspended, disbarred, or, quote, denied admission or readmission to any court. Ms. 𝗟𝗢𝗡 simultaneously filed as a part of the same application, just to regroup. The judge is saying, all right, Antigone wanted to respond to my order, make a little reply to my order. Well, in the response to the order, she says she reviewed all the documents. In the case, she filed them herself on her own ECF number because she approved them. And then the court said, okay, well, if she would have read my actual order, she would have seen. I reminded her that she filed an application including an affidavit. So she filed with the court an affidavit, and the affidavit said, I'm advised by Mr. Busby. He's never been censured, suspended, disbarred, or denied admission. Okay, so I'm advised. So he told me he was never suspended, disbarred, or denied admission by any court. The judge said, okay, that's cute, but tell me then why, Antigone, you also at the same time simultaneously filed as part of the same application this other order at the same time. You said you reading everything so close. Then how could it be that you're saying here, I'm advised by Mr. Busby, he's never been disbarred or denied admission. In the same breath, you submitted, because you read documents so close, how is it that you then also submitted simultaneously with the same filing the order of the grievance committee denying Tony Busby's admission? Because in the one document of the filing, you said he's never been denied admission. You say, you've been advised by him. But on the other hand, you're attaching the denial of admission. Like those two things don't go together. You telling me you read documents so close. The judge said, as such, Ms. 𝗟𝗢𝗡𝗏, who represents in her letter that she, quote, reviewed and approved, quote, all documents before filing them on ECF.
Oh, this is a lawyer using these words.
Caught, trapped, done, finished. How's she going to get out of that? I reviewed and approved all documents before I filed them. I understood them. I read them thoroughly. The judge is like, all right, well then come explain yourself. Because since you read so close, you knowingly submitted this. And now what's she going to say in her own defense? Antigone, oh, I didn't read that one close. Well, the judge is going to say, then you lied on this paper when you said you did. So which one is it? You reviewed real close, or you just missed this one? Which one is it going to be? And again, y'all remember, this all could have been avoided had Antigone just took her lick, just took it on the nose. Did she have to do that? No, of course not. She didn't have to do that. And in fact, and indeed, she did not do that. But what she chose to do instead was kind of ask a judge to reopen an order. So now the judge is like, okay, buddy, you want to try to make a headline out of this case? You want to try to, I don't know, whatever. I'm just imagining what the judge might be thinking. I can't even say her name. I don't know who she is. So she finishes that paragraph out and says, before filing them, she filed a document that directly contradicted her own affidavit. Judge says, accordingly, it is hereby ordered, I am ordering, it is an order, that Antigone 𝗟𝗢𝗏 must show cause, aka explain herself, as to why she should not be sanctioned for making false or misleading representations to the court. Okay, buddy, you read and you reviewed all documents. Cute. Now explain to me then how in the hell and why in the hell I should not sanction you for lying. Ordered that there is a hearing. Whoo, gosh. The parties shall appear for a hearing on this order to show cause on April 14, 2025 at 11 a.m. All parties and their lawyers are on notice that failure to comply with court orders, all applicable rules, and professional ethical obligations may result in sanctions. So ordered. Look at that bold print. Look at that bold print right there. The parties shall appear for a hearing on this order to show cause on April 14, 2025. What I'm wondering is, who are the parties? The judge is saying it like it's plural. Does that mean Busby is getting dragged back in? Is he a party? I mean, I think he's dismissed, but she does mention Busby. Does the parties include Sean Combs, Daddy's house? Who's the parties? That's my question. I don't know. But one thing I do know is it doesn't look like the judge took kindly to having Antigone 𝗟𝗓𝗓 back talking, smart aleck off to the judge. It doesn't look like she appreciated or approved of that in the very slightest. So,
oh my God, I'm just like you guys, man. I really thought that these people were smart. They lawyers. I thought they was top lawyers, so I thought they really did their job right. That's what I thought. Didn't y'all think that? I'm with y'all. I'm 100% with y'all. I thought Busby getting on the TV with the 1-800 number talking about, we ain't going to stand for this. I'm like, oh, shucks, we got ourselves one hell of a fighter. I can say hell, right? Here's the 1-800 number, and the people came out of the woodworks. Me, I was abused. Me too movement and all this stuff. Come on, we gonna help y'all. You can't even file the paperwork right, lawyer. You are doing things you ain't had no business doing that's against the law, lawyer. Busby is used somebody else's PIN number to do something. I don't know how that stuff works. We don't know how it works. We just know that you're supposed to obey the law because you're a lawyer. That's what I thought. Yeah. Now she filing papers for Busby. Oh my God. That she didn't even read. And then she filed another paper stating that Busby is not a part of whatever he was trying to file, wherever he was trying to file it. He ain't even passed the bar to file that there. Y'all know I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. He can't file in that. He can't file because he ain't part of that. He ain't fill out the paperwork to be a part of that. They haven't admitted him in. So he gonna take a shortcut, which is cool. I mean, I thought maybe that's, you call for an option, audible. Call for audible. Call timeout, regroup. Get this girl in here who now she lying. I read everything. If you would have read it, you would have known that you was filing something to contradict what you just said. And these are the smart people that's supposed to be. I feel sorry for the victims, man. I really feel sorry for the victims. How you gonna get a fair trial and your lawyer don't even know what he doing or she doing?
So there will be a hearing April 14th.
Here we go.
Smart aleck off to the judge. It doesn't look like she appreciated or approved of that in the very slightest. So there will be a hearing April 14th on this, y'all. So
April 14th.
A whole sideshow going on. Poor Candace McCrary, bless her heart. Hope she's doing okay. The plaintiff in this whole thing.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
That's all we really had for this one. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation, and everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Love you, Mina K. Bye.
The thing that kills me is if these people are 100% guilty, the victim is 100% has been done wrong. Wrongdoing has been done to the victim. How are they going to get daggone? How do they get revenge? How they get satisfaction from the court system when the lawyers they hiring or getting involved in this thing? Jesus, man. You poor. I think she'd be better off using a appointed lawyer. Appointed lawyer. Oh, Busby, you really disappointed me, man. I was hoping that you was going to be the hero. You filing papers and you ain't even supposed to be there. where I'm in New York, the west side of New York, and not the east side. When you file in the east side, there's a reason why you got to be a part of this team or this group. I don't know how this stuff works. Only thing I can do is I understand how what you're doing wrong. It's clear to the world that we see what you're doing wrong. Where I can practice in New York. Okay, cool. But apparently you can't practice in this section of New York. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out, is what I'm trying to say. I'm getting on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Uncle Mike is pissed, you know. Telling me I told you so. God dang, man, I can't even get my thing together, man. He done disappointed me, man. I'm sorry, Bugsy. Where's the 1-800 number, man? Have you paid the bill on the 1-800 number at least? Damn. Got people calling this 1-800 number and you ain't even doing your job right. Man, go upstairs. Peace out, y'all.